Hi everyone, Anthony here with Aces Adventures, and welcome back to the South. This time we are in Eden, North Carolina at the Eden Mall. Going to give you some history about the property as usual, and then just kind of give you my overall feeling on how this North Carolina trip went and how these malls felt to me. So first things first, as I have mentioned before, I want to give a big shout out to the Sky City Retail blog. The link to their channel, to their website, will be in the description below. These guys cover the South very heavily and go way back to at least 2011. And there is not much information on any of these small rural malls that I visited. So thank you to them for the information that I am sharing with you as we walk through this corridor of the mall here. So Eden has an interesting history. The mall actually, or the town rather, actually is a combination of three different towns. Those three towns were Leakesville, Spray, and Draper. Those towns merged to become Eden, and the town got its name from a large estate that existed way back in the 1700s, which name was Eden. So the city has a population of about 16,000, and it's not really made for much more than a Walmart, really. So these malls, they're able to survive and not thrive, but just exist because it's just such a small population, and they can accommodate a few small businesses. For example, this one has a gym and a casino in it. Yes, you heard me right, a small kind of gambling casino type area for people, like an internet cafe, but it looked like there was like slot machines running, if that makes any sense. So, there, other than electricity, there is not much, these malls don't cost very much to operate, and they just kind of sit here and just literally get forgotten about. The best way that I can describe how I felt about being in this mall and a lot of malls, and I think one of the factors that makes me really interested in these properties, it's kind of like you're in control, and it's just like there's nobody around. You pretty much can do whatever you want. You can go wherever you want, and it's just, you just kind of feel this empowerment sort of thing. It's just really hard to describe, but you just pretty much, like I said, you're kind of in your own world, and you are just looking at a piece of time that is long gone and long forgotten and is not cared for, and it's just very eerie. It's just very, not so much grim. I mean, I think these places are beautiful because it's just like stepping back in time, but that may make sense, that may not make sense, but it just feels like I said, you're in your own world, and you can pretty much just, you can do whatever you want. There are no rules, so to speak. I mean, there are obviously, but you get the drift, hopefully. So, as we're traveling past this former Belk anchor here, this mall, it goes back to the early 80s when it was built, and its first anchors were Belk Klein. Belk used to be called Belk Klein, Kmart, and a Globemans or Globmans. I'm assuming it's probably Globemans, which was a Martinville, Virginia-based store. And, these malls are incredible because it's almost like you have some person that comes in the morning and opens the keys and or has the keys and opens the doors. Man, I can't speak, sorry. And they just leave, and there's just nobody to take care of this property. Whatever happens, happens. For example, you're going to see at the end of this video, you're going to see that the doors to one of the anchors of, I believe, my buddy Jack from deadmalls.com said that it was a Peebles at one time. The doors are literally wired open, like with like cables, like they're open, like just to the outside world, which is one of the most bizarre, strange things I've ever seen. And when that's done, I mean, you can get into the mall at 3 o'clock in the morning if you want to do that. That's what's just so crazy about these places. There's just nobody around other than those few little stores that I told you about. There is a small deli grill place in here, but it's just these rural little communities, just these malls just get forgotten about. And there is a big shopping area. I think someone said it was in the Danville area, which is not too far away, which is drawing a lot of the business away from Eden Mall. So like right here, this place here called Puddin's Lair, and it says on here that he had to close due to some kind of family emergency. And then in a minute you're going to see I kind of chuckled at the fact that it's like subject to closure if business or attendance is low, which is kind of hilarious. So right there, subject to closure if attendance is low. That's just absolutely hilarious. So I hope you guys are enjoying this Carolina tour. This video is going to have no music, and I try to keep this one pretty simple. I I didn't feel this mall had any kind of a musical feel to it. I just kind of felt kind of just the raw emotion of how this mall looked was best for the video. So enjoy the rest of the video. I will stop babbling. At the end here, I always do my quick little advertisements as usual. If you enjoy my work and you watch my videos and you're a subscriber, the best way you can support me, and if you want to see more content as I get requests daily to go to places, is to support me on Patreon. YouTube does not pay a damn thing, and you can support as little as $1 a month on Patreon at patreon.com/acesadventures. 100% of that money does go 100% back into strictly trips for the channel. I do have a regular daytime job, and this money is purely just for these trips. So also make sure you are following me on Instagram and Twitter at AcesAdventures1. That's where I post all of my pictures on social media, and I also have a Facebook page at Aces Adventures. Thank you once again for watching these videos. There is much more content coming from the South and content in general right here at Aces Adventures. We are out in the back of the Eden Mall, and it's pretty much like an apocalyptic wasteland out here. I still can't even really believe what I've been seeing so far. I mean, this place should not even exist. I cannot believe it. There's this broken glass and stuff everywhere, and it really honestly looks like I'm on the scene of The Walking Dead. Like, no joke, it really honestly does. There's an old go-kart track out here behind the mall. Or at least it looks like it was go-karts. Behind the Kmart portion of the mall. Wow. And people said the South had gems for malls. They weren't lying, that's for sure. Okay, so here we are on the back side of the mall again, and this is another extremely bizarre thing. These doors, to whatever this anchor was, are just completely 100% wide open. This is one of the most bizarre mall experiences I've ever had. The doors are literally tied open. I don't know why they're tied open, but they are literally tied open, like, to the public. I mean, this old department store is just, like, accessible. Like, they leave it like this. And just so you guys know, I have my flashlight, but I don't have my really, really good one with me, because I was not planning on being in a dark area. So hopefully the backlight and my combination of my flashlight, you guys can see decently okay. But this anchor store is literally wide open to the public. Like, I would guess because those doors are like cabled open, that this just like stays open like 24 hours. That doesn't make any sense. And then over here, you have this vintage basketball machine here, which is pretty awesome, by the way. Wow, this place is crazy.